Hello everyone, and welcome to Passionate Perseverance Tarot. Thank you so much for joining in today. I apologize still if my voice is a little off. I am recovering from a head cold, so bear with me. Today's reading is going to be a secondary look at the energy surrounding primarily President Trump. And what I wanted to take a look at was, what is the bigger agenda at play? I know that there is talk about trying to get rid of income tax, possibly initiating like tariffs to help offset that, but also going back to a gold standard possibly, and really trying to get back to a better way of allowing people to earn wages and not gouge them, right? But still be able to collect money to make sure that, I guess, people are, the government itself is thriving still, right? Because everybody needs to get paid, but I mean, there's definitely excess that has been going on throughout our history. So I just wanted to take another look. I took a look at the Federal Reserve, Fort Knox. I took a look in regards to, I know that they're going to be going and doing an audit, or at least have said that they are going to, and my energy reading that I did on that did align with that. So I see that coming to fruition, and I do feel as though there has been some manipulation within there. I don't think that all of the said gold will be accounted for. Okay, we'll see if that plays out, or if we're even told that information, or what comes forward from that. But I just wanted to do a check moving forward to see where the energy is at currently in regards to the bigger picture, the bigger plan. And I think it's important to kind of have your finger on the pulse with this moving forward if you are someone specifically in America, in the United States, as well as, anyone in the world, because I do feel as though there's going to be mergers or partnerships or other people, more collaboration moving forward from different possible, countries, governments, all of the above there. Okay. All right. So first, let's see. I have his energy coming out right away as presidential, emperor, boss, in charge, the leader. Okay. Now, I want to go ahead and see how he feels about gold specifically. How does he feel? Yeah, he misses the way it was. There's an element here of gold being really something that he thinks is true currency and aspires to get back to that. I have the Four of Cups. Feels as though we shouldn't have moved away from that, and that gold is the answer. He sees gold as true currency, as the earth's currency, as a natural currency, as something that is tangible, holds real value. And because that changed throughout our history, it has caused a tower moment of kind of this cataclysmic destruction that has played out over time. And I feel as though he sees that continuing to happen. And if we don't do something, I always see this card as the United States because it has the eagle there. That's how I see it as a reader. If we don't do something as a country, right, it is going to be our demise. It's going to pull us down with that devil energy there. It's going to keep us stuck. And I do feel as though we'll see more businesses possibly leaving, or people actually leaving or going elsewhere, of feeling like they can't make an honest living, And now I'm being pulled to, because of like death by 1,000 cuts, like that type of energy of just feeling like you're bleeding to death, you're hemorrhaging to death, metaphorically here, but money, yeah, just hemorrhaging money in nickel and dime. And that is very frustrating, and it gets very tiresome of feeling like you are being nickel and dimed by the hierarchy, establishment, government, powers that be, right? Okay, I think that is something that is really relatable probably to most people, okay, whether or not, depending on whatever side of the fence you fall on. I do feel as though like no one wants to be nickel and dimed, right? It's like, all right, just be upfront, be honest, let us know what's going on, that type of energy. I know that's a lot to ask for, but tell it how it is, right? So I do feel as though he's wanting to step up and take action before it leads to, I'm going to just say, the people stepping up and taking action. So he's trying to come in and take action to find a better approach moving forward regarding what to do with funds and how to collect funds and where to collect funds and how to use funds. And I get the 3 of Wands. So it's really in the beginning stages of figuring everything out. And that first is going to have to fall on the burden of taking a look at and stepping up and taking charge and holding different branches of government, all different corporations, holding accountability, right? It's time to show accountability for spending, show accountability for funding, all of it. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look. Showcase, please, his energy behind this, his motivation. He's trying to have change to the establishment. I have the 4 of Coins, but this is showcasing like government, establishment, the powers that be, right? The 4 of Coins. And it's kind of like, we need answers. We need answers. There needs to be accountability. If there's nothing wrong happening, that's fine. But we need to have answers, clarity moving forward, because there's questions. And again, I get the Devil in reverse, like trying to hide secrets. There's funds that are not accounted for. I feel that very strongly. There's a lack of funds, or there's some sort of funding, something's not accounted for. People have been deceiving in some way, shape, or form, and it's time to pull that into the light. It's time for that to become known. Okay, and I think that's going to happen. I think that there's going to be some sort of uncovering of untrustworthiness. Now, whether or not we get told the full story of that is another thing, what is said or manipulated or controlled through the media. But if there's one thing that I've noticed from watching President Trump over the past many years, which hasn't been that much, but he does really kind of say it how it is. He's very blunt and to the point, and will be that way on camera, right? Like, he doesn't hold back what he's thinking. This type of energy, like, he just says it. He puts himself out there and he says it. And I'm not saying a good or a bad thing, but I think he will just come forward and say whatever their findings are, because he has a plan. And it's not just his plan, but it's a plan in place to try to get back to, and I'm being pulled back to gold now, a way which he believes is how it should be, and probably should have never been changed. Yeah, Ace of Cups. That is the path to value. That is the path to value and remaining a world power and a world player. I'm hearing the word player, because if you look at this, like, there's other players out there, right? And we need to maintain a level of status with the Emperor amongst the world, right? And exposing secrets, bringing secrets to light, and putting an ending to things that aren't working. It's time. It's a big shift, and it does feel as though a shift into a different way of being in regards to, yeah, the Empress is here. Like, there's going to be a lot of changes, and there's learning curves with changes. There's fear with change. There's hesitation with change, but realistically, on the individual level, we can't stop this, right? This is happening. So learn and grow and try to do the best that you can for you and your family to be prepared for what is to come. And it doesn't mean it's an easy answer, but it's just trying to make sure that you are paying attention and preparing yourself as best you're able to, because there's going to be shifts in the way that we look at money and how we use money. And what I mean by that is, like, is it going to be over exchanges, cryptocurrencies, gold? Like, what is the store of value? All of that is going to really be redefined, it feels like. And it's not set in stone yet. There's going to be a lot of learning along the way, and maybe trial and error even, but there's a plan in place, and it's already in motion. This plan is already in motion, moving forward. And I do feel as though it's, oh, what's the right word? Oh, you know what? I'm actually being pulled to this deck. Let's see what comes out with this deck in regards to this plan. Yeah, unveiling the deceit. The Metal King is coming out. So discipline, armor, and boundaries. Setting boundaries, moving forward, and unveiling the deceit, the deception. And there's been a whole lot of materialistic wealth that has been misused, I would say, right? It's been used for like materialistic ways and not truly helping the people. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not going to try to blow smoke up anyone's butt here and say that like President Trump is the answer, right? But this is the person who is in charge of the country at the moment, and this is what he's doing. And in the energy, when I'm reading for it, he wants to make a positive change. He wants to leave a legacy that is one where it's looked upon, where he did something of value and brought value. I always feel pulled to brought value to the people. So that's just what I get from the energy. So I'm going to hope that unfolds. I'm going to hope that unfolds. And then for me as an individual, I'm going to try to be as prepared and as ready as I possibly can moving forward. It's all about what you do with the information for you, the individual. And I have the Well Watcher coming out. Wisdom is power here. Wisdom is power, and trust your intuition moving forward. And I'm also being pulled to the number 7 and the Owl. So it's always trying to gain as much knowledge as possible so that you are aware and can kind of roll with those punches and ebb and flow even easier, and get accustomed with change, get accustomed with bumps in the road, right? Try to have coping mechanisms that will help you navigate, because there's going to be a lot of change. And as we get older too, even, it's so much harder to process and deal with change, especially if it's something that you've dealt with your entire life, right? So getting rid or going back to a different way of being from a currency standpoint, or a new way of being from a currency standpoint, like possibly maybe they're going to try to tokenize gold. That could be something that is looked at as well. Let me just pull a card on that and see what comes out. Is this where it's possible? There's that 4 of Coins energy, a brand new beginning, a brand new way of being. And see how I see the globe here? There's going to be other people at play, other governments, other countries, other parties that are also pivoting and prospering and trying to get their chance, right, to be a major player. I keep getting pulled to that, to like be a major player. Now, in a perfect world, there'd be enough for everyone to go around. And that's what, you know, myself is striving for. And I know you also, like, this is the path that we are hoping for as light workers moving forward, to try to just shine the light, and that there should be enough for everyone. If there wasn't this greed, deceit, manipulation, control to make people think elsewise, right? But we unfortunately live in this world of balance, yin, yang, good, evil. And one of the, well, not one, the main thing that we have to realize is that for all the good, there's the bad out there, right? It's balance. So trying to just make sure that we are able to continue to shine our light and try to remain positive and optimistic during, yeah, God, the sun. Oh my God, it just slid out. Confirmation. Mindset matters. Mindset matters. And that's the biggest thing I'm trying to get across. I hope that that's coming across. You are your own magician. You're a master manifester for your part of life, your world, right? Your perspective on things. So just make sure that you're doing something each day to open and broaden your mindset, your perspective, and it's baby steps. It's baby steps. Okay, well, I do see a lot of change coming. I think it's going to be one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. And it feels like it already has been that. So let's just see what we have to expect moving forward. There's going to be a lot of changes. Feminine spirit, and I get that. Yeah, look at that. Came out. This is not going away. Like, gold is here to stay. It is the currency of, I'm hearing the future. Now, what it looks like might be different, right? It's going to be birthing something new into creation because we have Empress. This Empress energy, feminine spirit is ready to go back to an old way of being, but it will be the same but different, if that makes sense, because we are evolving and growing as a planet, as a world, and so everything has to shift and change, and it will look different, but from a fundamental standpoint, it will, be the gold, is the best way I can explain it. And I have clarity, awareness, and truth confirming that. Because this is special, irreplaceable, and one of a kind. It's tangible. It's not practical, right? It's heavy. So from that standpoint, but it's just kind of getting back to what is real value. And again, real value is something within yourself, right? It's different than material, but it's what we consider valuable and what is going to be able to be used for barterability and to be able to buy goods and services and to be able to provide services and food and all of your basic needs, right? Okay. All right, let me just see what other deck I feel called to. Yeah, setting the record straight. This is what I see about going to Fort Knox to see what's going on there. Let me just, since I felt pulled to it, let me see, is the same, they're going to have to account. They're going to have to check everything. Check everything, because I do feel as though there's going to be, I get the copycat, but this like some fraud or some fake bars or something. There's going to be something revealing. Something revealing there that is going to be like this, not right. So I do feel there's going to be something that is found there that is not right. And I've gotten that multiple times in the energy. Let me go ahead and just see. I'm going to get one of these cards in regards to Trump's energy. He's taking action. Yeah, I split the deck and I see the dagger. Action, bravery, and determination. He is determined to bring forth clarity, bring forth awareness, bring forth the truth at all costs, because there needs to be a checks and balances. It feels as though it's gone unchecked for too long, and it's time to reinitiate the checks and balances moving forward. Okay. All right, let me just see if I get anything further from this deck in regards to President Trump's energy moving forward. President Trump's energy is going to be anyone that's been hiding behind a mask. He's coming to shine a light, or take off the mask, shine a light, take off the mask, expose. Thank you. He's coming to expose. And I have the Mummy card coming out, the Mummy. Between the ancient past and the modern world, is there any place where I belong? And I truly feel like that is the question that he, because he wants to go back to this ancient past of when gold was the way, right? The way of the world. But now we have a modern world, and we have AI, and we have cryptocurrency, and we have credit, and we have, oh my gosh, we have so much debt as a country, right? And debt for our individuals even. And it's like, how do we move forward? And at some point, it's a sinking ship, right? So this has to come to some sort of conclusion. And I see him trying to find the place where we can all move forward together, hopefully in a way that's going to benefit as many people as possible. Obviously, there'll be some that are not happy because that's life, right? But it's hopefully trying to do the best for the most. Okay. All right. Let me know if you like this type of reading, if you want to see anything more like this. I just wanted to take a look and see if I got similar energy, and I'm intrigued in this, just moving forward and trying to stay educated myself and informed. I want to get a card from the angel deck. Ooh, clarity. Let's take 5555. Yep, that's the one. 5555, clarity. And when I split the deck, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a message to help you on your soul journey, soul path. Let's read this. Great transformation, major change, opportunity, fast pace forward, process. You aren't the victim of circumstance, rather you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Well, thank you. That pretty much sums up what I've been trying to say in this entire reading. So Spirit confirms, you will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. 5555, especially if you're seeing those fives. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, all right? A sign of synchronicity from your guides. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, this is for entertainment purposes only. It is in no way, shape, or form meant to be financial advice or stated as fact. It is my interpretation of the tarot. I'm an energy reader, and I use the tarot as my method to get my breadcrumbs and to help my message come out in a more informed fashion. And I love the cards. I love the cards. I'm a tarot card junkie, I guess. I just love them. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Love and light.